Number 6. Their masks are melting, and you're the heat they blamed. They built entire identities out of illusion, and now they're scorched by the same spotlight they tried to keep you out of. Let's cut to the truth. They were never real. The loyalty was fake. The support was shallow. The smiles were weapons dressed as kindness. And you didn't start the fire. You just walked in carrying light. You didn't have to expose anyone. The truth they were trying to hide couldn't survive the heat of your presence. And now, their masks are slipping. Their reputations are dripping like wax under pressure. The personas they polished for years are folding in on themselves, and you're the one they're trying to blame for the meltdown. But let's be clear, you weren't the fire. You were the reflection. You didn't walk into those rooms looking to destroy. You walked in carrying clarity, and that clarity made the masks itch. You asked real questions. You moved with real energy. You lived by something deeper than popularity or applause. And when the ones around you realized they couldn't control, silence, or manipulate you, they panicked. Because someone like you doesn't just see through people. You expose what they've been hiding from themselves. And that clarity made the masks itch. You asked real questions. You moved with real energy. You lived by something deeper than popularity or applause. And when the ones around you realized they couldn't control, silence, or manipulate you, they panicked. Because someone like you doesn't just see through people. You expose what they've been hiding from themselves. So what did they do? They pointed fingers. They flipped the narrative. They tried to make you the villain. They said you were too intense, that you were reading too much into things, that you were always looking for drama. But they knew. Deep down, they knew. They just couldn't admit it. Because admitting it would mean admitting the performance was fake the whole time. And now that the heat is up, now that the environment is demanding truth, those wax faces are sliding off. You were the heat they blamed, but you were just the sun rising. They were the ones trying to hold on to midnight like it was a personality. The manipulators, the opportunists, the back-channel schemers. They operated best in shadows. You brought light, not because you wanted to destroy anything, but because that's what truth does. It shows, and anything built on illusion burns when the light gets strong enough. And now they're burning, not because you tried to ruin them, but because the facade finally ran out of glue. They spent more time constructing a version of themselves for the public than actually being real behind closed doors. And now, the roles they rehearsed so well are slipping out of alignment, and people are finally asking the questions they hoped would never surface. That pressure they placed on your shoulders, it's on theirs now, and they're cracking under it. But chosen one, don't think for a second this is random. This is response. This is what happens when you carry something real in a space that's been built on fraud. This is the price of alignment. Your presence naturally brings contrast, and people who have something to hide will always label that contrast as conflict. You weren't bringing chaos, you were just removing the curtain, and they couldn't handle what was underneath.